Hey everybody, hope y'all can hear me okay. We are back with another live. This is the Ready to Love reunion special for season 8, part 2. I feel like I ain't talked to y'all in a minute. I ain't gonna lie, I miss y'all, but I was in Vegas, so I know I was doing Vegas things, so having a good old time. But if you're new to my channel, welcome. This is the Brandy Yvonne channel. Here on my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows. This video, I'm sorry. This live, I'm so used to doing recorded videos. This live, we are talking on Ready to Love, Season 8, down in Dallas. Final episode, finally. This is the reunion special part 2. If you are new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you've been watching videos and you have not yet subscribed, I'm not sure why you haven't, but I would appreciate if you did. There's a lot of people watching who are not subscribing, and I don't understand what's the problem. Like, let's subscribe. Let's help each other out. But I appreciate all of you who watch the videos, take the time, and all that. I do apologize because I meant to post this live on the community tab earlier today, but I fell asleep, y'all. Like, you know, when you need that vacation from the vacation, I was so dead tired. Like, I barely created the stream on StreamYard. And then I was like, I'm just closing my eyes for a second. And then I just couldn't get up. So finally, I did post it on community tab. So some of y'all might have missed that, which is okay. Just be in the replay gang and comment down below. But if you are catching the live, get in the chat. Let me know what you thought of part 2 of the reunion. Okay. Yes, I am late. As I had told everybody, I was going to be in Vegas this past weekend. I got back actually this morning. I think I finally got home around 10 something. I had a early morning flight out of Vegas this morning. Vegas was fun. My sister definitely brought in 30 the right way. So happy birthday to DJ Nikki D. That is her name when she does her interviews and things like that. So her actual 30th birthday is tomorrow, though, so we got to give her another birthday shout out. But yes, I am late with Ready to Love, as well as Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I know I got to catch up on Love is Blind because they did drop the remainder of the episodes. So we will definitely be playing catch up this week, but I had already let y'all know what it was going to be. Let me make sure this is posted. Yeah, we're gonna get into this reunion though, y'all. Oh, sorry, I got to sneeze. And I do not like sneezing. I don't like sneezing or burping on camera. Those are two things I don't like, but sometimes you just can't help yourself, right? Let me see. Let's see. Shayna is here. Okay. I was on time today. I was still a few minutes late, but I told myself I'm gonna do better tonight. Shayna. Thank you for joining me. I know I posted. I was just saying I posted in the community tab later than I intended to, but I had fell asleep because I was exhausted from Vegas. But thank you for joining, girl. Let me know what y'all thought of the reunion down in the comments and the chat. You know, it was the one thing I will say about this reunion that I think that I'm going to give them their flowers first. I'm going to give them their positives overall for both parts, and then I'll talk about the negatives, okay? So for me, the positives, I'm multitasking, y'all. For me, the positives is that they hit every single, for the most part, they hit all the main issues in the show, like the Jessica versus Chris, the Janelle versus Tequila, Janelle versus Kat, Janelle versus Lee, Janelle versus Tommy, Janelle versus the whole cast. Okay, they hit all that. They hit the Kira stuff. They hit all that. Okay. There are some clips I wish they would have shown, like, for example, well, let me back up. So I feel like they did well with that. the things I feel like they didn't do well is not showing all the clips. Like, I wish they would have showed in the package where they were showing Quentin and Janelle. I wish they would have showed when Quentin said it feels like him and Lee are already in a relationship, because I don't like how Quentin is running around these TikTok streets and making videos and downplaying his relationship, his thing with Lee, like he didn't like that lady or he wasn't checking for that lady, because you were clearly checking for her in the beginning. So I don't know what changed. I don't understand it. I don't really subscribe to that. Like, I don't get it. So I really don't like Quentin's behavior overall. Something's clearly wrong with him. I don't know if he, he got somebody's goods and he just, he's caught up in that. I don't know what it is, but it's no good. It's really not good. I would also say there was no resolution about anything at all. Like, Nephew Tommy just is like, okay, we're gonna agree to disagree. We're gonna agree to disagree. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Like, let's get to the bottom of it. Let's hold people accountable. And I feel like no one was held accountable, but maybe, there's only so much you could do. You could tell Nephew Tommy was over it. He was through. He was like, truth is, I'm tired. But it's all good. Okay, so let's get into the reunion, y'all. So, wait a minute. Did I post the wrong video? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Episode starts off basically where they left off, right? And I did watch a few clips while I was in Vegas, but, I didn't really have time for that. So I did rewatch it this evening. So they start off where they left off with Tequila and Janelle fighting about them feathers. And like I said last week, that was Janelle. The way it looked to me and sounded, that was Janelle that said somebody's feathers is over here. And so they pick up where they left off with Janelle. If y'all think it's somebody else, let me know. But I'm when I rewatched it and looked at the way the camera did the angle and the voice, it was Janelle, because Janelle on this reunion was speaking in a different tone. She was like trying to be all like eloquent, and I'm not a thug out here, and I'm not, out here being ratchet like these other girls. If my mere presence bothers you, like, girl, miss me with that. I was like, what is this voice this girl's doing? What is happening? But anywho, so Tequila was getting nuck if you buck. She knocking over tables. She wasn't just shaking the table. She was knocking over tables, okay? And she said something about, yeah, Janelle, yeah, Sierra. And Sierra was like, how did I get in it? And I guess Sierra said something I couldn't hear. You couldn't quite hear everything that was said. But the little squabble didn't last no time. Like, they could have showed that last week. Like, that didn't even need to be a cliffhanger because nothing else happened. They got her, the producers or whoever was right there ready to escort her on the way. Okay, they got her all the way out of there, and Unique went to go cheer her up, and Tequila's like, I just, I was trying not to, but she got me riled up again. Janelle was like, she's the one over there doing all that, and she's just making faces. Quentin right there looking scared because he see his mama fighting. Sierra trying to Sierra's like, I thought it was good. I said hi to her. So that was all that was, y'all. Let me check the chat. Let's see. Oh, okay. You agree, Shayna? She mentioned the feathers. Okay. I remember you were thinking it was somebody else too. Yeah. And let's see. The Janelle Jackson, please. It was giving the Janet Jackson quiet voice. It was. No, for real, Shayna. I was like, who is this lady? Because it's not Janelle. I was like, what are you doing? Girl, we already saw your little Bad Girls Club behavior. You just as ratchet as Tequila as far as we concerned, okay? Y'all one and the same. So, anywho, like I said, there was nothing to see there. Nephew Tommy said, let's talk about the getaway. Okay. So, on the stage, I believe he had Quentin, Kat. Kat was on stage quite a bit, and Janelle. Quentin, Kat, Janelle, and Marie. So they talked about the getaway and all that stuff, and how, they showed the back and forth between Kat and Janelle that ended up. And so Kat, so next time he asks Quentin, why you think y'all didn't, get along? Was, what happened on the getaway? He's like, I don't really know. I guess conversation sparked some things. I don't know. Quentin don't have the answers. Kat said her thing with Janelle is she's okay if they disagree. That's totally fine. Like they could not agree on points. However, it was the lack of respect in Janelle's response, her tone, and the way she says things. She doesn't like, if you're going to disagree with me, that's fine. But, come at me respectful. Like that's the thing. You're being very disrespectful. And so she's like, so Quentin is trying to like defend Janelle and he's saying stuff. And I'm like, why are you defending Janelle? Like, leave it between the ladies. And I'm not like saying like, oh, a man can get in women's business, blah, blah, blah. It depends on the context. The men were there, so they're not getting in the business per se. But Janelle don't need you to fight her battle. She good. I didn't understand why he was interjecting. And so she was like, he's like, but you don't feel like, the stuff you were saying was a problem too. And she's like, no, like she came at me with the tone and the combativeness. And so there goes our buzzword, right? Combative. So my thing is, Janelle is, her tone and her delivery is piss poor and she doesn't respect anyone there. And Kat was like, your track record from the beginning of the show is horrible. You're getting into it with everybody. Janelle's like, you weren't even here. She's like, I saw the tapes. Okay. And then every time he did say, well, Kat, you're the one that called her out her name. And then Kat was like, oops, I did. Yeah. Because, when Kat got up, she called her a B word, whatever. And so the girls are going back and forth. And Kat was saying, like, she don't just like dislike Janelle for no reason. Like, she's not a mean girl like that. It's just the way that she's not. Kat just kept saying, you need to respect me when you address me. You need to respect me when you address me. Like, you need to respect me. Like, that was Kat's thing. And so just address me in a respectable manner, right? So then Janelle, so I guess if Tommy was to ask Janelle, like, what it is, and Janelle was like, I don't understand with these ladies, like, it's like my mere presence for them just makes them feel mediocre. Like, I enter a room and they just, don't feel worthy. Like they just, it's their problem and not mine. And I was like, girl. And Kat was like, oh, girl, you're delusional. Like nobody cares about you. Nobody likes you. And I was like, yeah, girl, you real delusional. And she was like, I've been in spaces with a lot of important people and I've never once been insecure. And the fact that these ladies are so worried about me, talking about how I just rubbed them the wrong way. You need to be worried about these men rubbing you and getting one of these men to like you in connections, because all the people who have a problem with me, they already went home. They're not here. And I was like, girl, bye. Like, that is not the issue. Okay, first of all, the men on this season were trash. All y'all was trash, if you ask me. The whole season, Dallas season 8 was trash. It was trash. It was trash. It was trash. I never seen a cast totally dislike each other. And it was so trash, y'all. It's so trash. I don't even know whose side to be on, because as much as Tequila was irking me in the beginning, all the girls had to come to her rescue when it came to Janelle and Jessica. And I was like, dang, do I got to be on Tequila's side now? Like, I feel all conflicted. I don't know whose side to be on. And I was like, nobody likes anybody. There ain't even no everybody wrong. Anyway. So yeah, they were going back and forth. Kat was saying, girl, you're delusional. Nobody cares about you. Nobody's worried about you. We just want you to be, respectful. And so she was like, clearly you do. Clearly you're bothered. Clearly. I hate that for you. I hate that for you. I was like, oh my God, Janelle, please go away with your blue eyeshadow. So they're going back and forth. And Kat's like, girl, you delusional. Then Nephew Tom said, okay, we're just going to agree to disagree. It is what it is. We're just going to agree to disagree. So he'll say that after every discussion. And I was like, Nephew told me maybe you just shouldn't host anymore. Like maybe you just shouldn't host. Like you can still be on the show, but let somebody else host who gonna get into it, okay, and get into some people's behinds, because you just like, you ain't here for the drama. He's just gonna talk about the love. He's just gonna see a relationship. That's what Nephew Tommy is here for. He ain't come for the love and hip hop of it all. And I'm mad at you, Tommy. It's cool. So everybody's going off stage, and Kat made a comment like, oh, the delusion on this girl. So then just Janelle started barking something at her, and I think it was Quentin. I believe that was Quentin. I was like, let it go, let it go, let it go. And I was like, yeah, you defend your mom, sir. Defend your mama. So let's see. The next segment, I believe, was either Aries and Phil or the Chris segment. So anywho, let's just talk about Aries and Phil, then we'll get to Chris. Okay, so as far as Aries and Phil go, okay, so they were sitting on separate sofas. Aries is like, well, I don't even know why we got some separate sofas, but it's like, girl, y'all ain't together, so why would they sit y'all together? But okay, girl, we get it. So what was I gonna say? Lost my train of thought. Okay, so Aries and Phil, they show their package. Nephew told me, asked, like, Phil, do you feel some type of way that Aries chose herself, but you chose her? Like, what's up? And he was like, no, he didn't feel no type of way. He felt the type of way a week and a half ago when their communication started to decline. And so Aries said she chose herself because of the stability thing. Phil hates the word stability. Backstage, Tequila's like, that's what it is. I'm not trying to throw shade. That's what it is. And like, Tequila, be quiet. You already embarrassed that man on TV about bankruptcy from 2008. Anyway, Phil said he's gainfully employed. He has no issues in that area. He just said, like, being on the show made him want to start doing his comedy again and writing and everything. So that's why he was talking about it, but he's totally gainfully employed. Aries said for her, when she meant stability, I don't think she meant so much financial stability, like he ain't got no job in, because he does have a job, like he said. And she said that, yeah, he has a job, but it's the thing of he has all these dreams, like he wants to be a comedian, he wants to do that, he wants to do that. And she said she's not in a place in her life to be that person, like helping you chase those dreams. So I get what she's saying. Like for her, she kind of wants someone already settled in, maybe, and maybe she feels like Phil might be, I don't want to say he's too old to be chasing dreams, because you're never too old to chase a dream, but maybe she just felt it was a little too all over the place for her. So I totally get that. I think she just wants someone a little bit more secured in and what their main thing they're doing. It sounded like she said there were other things that she wasn't getting assurance on as well. And next time it's like, okay, sounds like he's, fine, he's employed, like, would that move things forward? She's like, maybe it's a possibility, but like she said, there's other things that were an issue for her. And so Phil said, he's not mad, like, he feels like he is enough for him, and he's okay with the fact that he's not enough for her. Herbert backstage is like, yeah, Phil, you are enough. So, and Phil, you know what? Good for you, Phil. You are enough. You will be enough to somebody else. It just, Aries just wasn't it for you, for whatever reason. And so, I will say at least Phil seemed like one of the most genuine guys on the show, in my opinion. I feel like that. And good for them, good for Aries for making this decision she felt was best for her as well. He said that, they went on a few dates after the show ended as well, but that was about it. And he said, he's okay. He can't be whatever. He's missing something else that she needs, and he's okay with that. And that's totally fine. Excuse me. Oh, let me check out the chat. I got distracted. Okay, Shayna said, time for someone else to host the reunion as much as I like Tommy on the show. Yeah, I agree. Like, he can still do the day-to-day of the show, but we definitely need a different host, because I don't even know. He don't even be trying. Like, I don't know what would be going on with him. Who else we got here? Yo-Yo, they definitely need another host. I agree. Hey, Yo-Yo, I think I have not seen you in my chat before, so welcome. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to like the live, y'all. Please like the live. But yeah, they definitely need a new host. Like, and I know Tonika Ray or whatever her name was from when she hosted DC, and she hosted Ladies Who List Atlanta, not her, because she wasn't getting to the meat and potatoes. We need somebody who's gonna stay on top of them. Okay, kind of like Carlos King does the Love and Marriage people, and where he don't let up on them. Like, you need. And like the way Andy be like questioning people, I ain't saying they gotta be exactly like that, but we need someone who's gonna, like, really get into it. Okay. Anywho, okay, let's talk about the whole Chris thing. Okay. So they played the package with Chris, getting into it with Jessica and all that. Now their connection started. Now it fizzled out. I think on the sofa was Chris, I want to say Lee and Kat, and Jessica, Marie, and I feel like Aries was out there too. So um Nephew Tommy straight up asked Chris, like, why did you said the word combative, like, why didn't you own up to it? So then he tried to say, no, I didn't say it. Let me be cleared up. I said there was combative situations. I didn't say she was combative. And I'm like, you pretty much said she was combative. Like, I don't know what's this game of semantics Chris is trying to play with us, but And did y'all see, side note, because the backstage people is a whole nother, this a show within a show with the backstage people. And that's the one thing I do like about the way they do these reunions is how they have the people backstage cutting up. That'd definitely be funny. So did y'all see how Kira was back there like, oh, Chris started a 2-piece of the biscuit? Like, girl, sit down, because what Chris did was wrong. I know we don't like Jessica and Janelle, but at the end of the day, Chris was wrong. And that's what I'm saying with this show. Like, two things gotta be true at the same time. Like, Chris was wrong for coming at Jessica like that, but Jessica has some ways about her too. I'm not saying she was like full on just demonstrating super combative energy, but I definitely could see how people felt that way. And I'm sure she's kind of guilty by association with Janelle. So, everybody wrong as far as I'm concerned. Let me check out this chat. Oh. What the heck? I always press the right click, the wrong button. Anyway. All right. Hey, Shayna said, we need a host that actually watches the show. Yeah. Nephew Tommy, he's just here for love. He ain't interested in nothing else. He don't care about none of the drama y'all going through. Kat and Lee were too pressed about Q not paying attention to them. Yeah, they were pressed. But I think what they said about the getaway is true. Like, he couldn't, and we're gonna get to that part with Lee too. He couldn't really talk to nobody. He had to look only in Janelle's direction. That's it. Tommy did not hold Janelle accountable. I agree. Yo, I agree. Come on. Janelle's very insecure. Yes. And that's the thing. Thank you for bringing it up, because she said when they were talking about the getaway that, she's been in this room with all these people and she never felt insecure. Clearly you felt insecure on this show. Clearly you felt threatened by some of the women on this show. Okay, because the way you're acting, if you're not bothered, people be like, oh, I'm not bothered, then act unbothered. Don't say you're not bothered, but clearly you're bothered. Like, you are clearly insecure, girl. And it's okay, Janelle. It's okay. That's why you act the way you do. We can see right through you, and it's okay. It is okay. You need to get some help, girl. It's fine. Yeah, he sure didn't hold Janelle accountable or Chris, but put Kate feet to the fire. Yeah, he did be like, he was on Kat like, oh, but you call her a word first. But yeah, he didn't hold anyone else accountable, which was weird. I feel like they gave Kat quite a bit of camera time. Somebody must have really liked her on the show, I'm thinking, because they really, for someone who came in last and didn't end up with anybody, like, she had a lot of time on the reunion, I feel like. So Yo-Yo said, and why do they just replay? Why did they just replay clips instead of asking the right questions and hold these people accountable? Yeah, I agree. They need to revamp how they do the reunion. I agree with y'all. They need a different host, someone who's going to hold their feet to the fire. They replaying the wrong clips. Where's the more of the never before seen footage? We only got a little bit of that. Like, I don't like the way they did it. And they filmed it way too soon. And we might have talked about this a week or two ago. They filmed it way too soon. So yeah, I don't like it. Because the cast is barely watching the show when we're watching the show. So that's crazy to me. But anyway, back to the Chris package. Okay, so Chris was over there trying to say he didn't say it, but they're like, clearly you said it, clearly you said it. And he said, oh, and also I said it's combative situations, and I'm not the only one that says she's combative. All the other men said she's combative. And so he was like, Maria, you said she was combative. Like, didn't all the men say it? And so Maria was like, no. Maria said, don't bring him in it. He said, I did not say that. None of the other men, we did not say that. He put on his dead daddy's grave. Didn't he say that? That he didn't, that everyone didn't say it. So now, let me tell y'all, I agree with, I'm sure other men did say it and feel it. I think Maria is from the, from the streets, and he ain't gonna snitch. But do I think the other men agreed with Chris to a certain extent? Yeah, they did. Because I think Phil has said it in his confessional that he knew that Chris said it and all that. So I don't think it was a secret among the men or taboo. Because even Quentin said they said it when they were in the little cabin, feeling sorry for themselves in that messy room in the bunk beds. So they said it. They just not going to all admit to it. But Chris is the main one that's pushed the narrative of it. So he should be the one held accountable, even though he wasn't. Jessica was like, my thing is, if we ask you clearly, like, did you say it? Just say you said it. Janelle in the back, like, he said it in the clips. I'm like, girl, be quiet. So Nephew Tommy is like, clearly you said it, and you need to just own up to it. And so so I guess Nephew Tommy didn't realize, because the way Nephew Tommy said, like, what I didn't see, what we saw is the way you spoke to the young lady. And I'm like, Nephew Tommy, you didn't see that clip? Or what happened? So Chris said, that's why I will always apologize for what I did and what I said. Like, she didn't, no matter what happened, she did not deserve to be talked to like that. And so, which is true, like, no matter whatever bad attitude Jessica may or may not have displayed on the show, if she was combative or not, she did not deserve that. Also, remember a couple weeks ago when this incident happened, everyone was saying, we saw Jessica made a tweet saying that he threw a chair and he got all up in her face more and did all this, and then she deleted it. Why was it she didn't bring it up on the reunion? Why didn't she say, hey, he did this and that, which y'all didn't see? Because that would have been the place to clear him if I was her. If you really wanted to, I mean, she already cleared him at that little dinner, but when they made up, when he got, rowdy, but she should have brought that up right then, in my opinion. So he's like, I do apologize for how, I said it, but I don't apologize for how she made me feel. And so Nephew Tommy was like, well, what happened? How did she make you feel? And he was just saying, like, it was just, her being mean and I can't remember if he used the word combative, then he might have, as saying all these things and getting into it with the girls and being a mean girl with Janelle, and she's getting into it with Tequila, and Jessica's like, I didn't even say anything to Tequila, which we didn't see on camera. I'm assuming Chris is talking about things off camera. I also think that this has a lot to do with what Janelle was saying in that live, and we talked about this before some weeks ago, and me and Shayna also talked about this in depth. I think a lot of what he was feeling had to do with whatever Janelle was saying in that live, how they was making those allegations about, sexual orientation, all that. And I hate that that's even a thing. I think that might be the underlying issue, in my opinion. Oh, who's calling me? Oh, my brother. I have to call him back. Anywho, so then, he basically saying she was getting to it, but he didn't say specifically what she did to him. And that was like my issue. And he should not, point blank period, no matter who we hate or like on the show, he should not have addressed her in that way at all. Jessica was saying, like, why were you trying to, make it like we still had a connection 4 or 5 weeks later? If you, because he was like, oh, I already said we had ended it before we were in the house. She's like, well, no, you were still trying to keep things going 4 or 5 weeks later. And she was like, why are you doing that? If I had already told nephew Tommy and everybody, you know what? I don't see it for me and you. I'm going to let you go love the other ladies. Did I not say that? So I think she talking to nephew Tommy or Chris to respond. And Jessica, Kat and Lee were sitting over there and she's looking at them. Did I not say that? Did I not say that? So they didn't say nothing, but I didn't think it was for them to answer. I thought it was for nephew Tommy or Chris to answer, in my opinion. Am I reading that wrong? Y'all let me know in the chat. But then she was like, oh, okay, y'all meet over there. Okay. And so I was like, but it's really not their discussion. It didn't happen to them. And so then Kat was like, you're not my mom. I don't have to answer you when you're, talking to me. We're listening to the conversation. Like, what's the problem? And so Chris was like, again, I apologize. I shouldn't have spoke to her like that. And nephew Tommy's like, bottom line, you shouldn't speak to her like that. And he's like, again, that's why I apologize. I understand. And so, and he's like, I was hoping, Jessica would accept the apology. So Jessica was getting ready to say something and kind of accept it. And he kind of cut her off. And so then again, nephew Tommy's like, you know what? We're going to let it go right here. We're going to agree to disagree. We're going to let it go. We're going to let it go. And I was like, nephew Tommy, this was the time not to let things go. You didn't hold Habibi accountable for his actions. You're not holding Chris accountable for his actions. I didn't like that. Like y'all said, we need a new host. Let me check the chat. She said Aries ain't marrying a third time for love. Yo, you are speaking my language, okay? So thank you for reminding me, because she did say she was married twice, right? And y'all know what? This is something I'm trying to work on. Like, I want to make sure I marry for love, but I would like to have some money too. And my grandma used to tell me, don't marry nobody for love, marry for money. So I be conflicted and trying to figure out what I need to do, But yeah, Aries says she ain't gonna be broke, okay? She gonna make sure she is taking care of with her kids, and I don't blame her. She's a lady of she's an older lady. Oh, well, she's in her 40s. I should say older, but she's, Oh, sorry, y'all. I don't know what happened. I got kicked out the live. Anyway, I was reading the comments. Yeah, Aries is not. Sorry about that, y'all. I totally got kicked out the live. First time. I'm not sure you're talking about there, Yo-Yo. Backstage, yes, I love the part backstage. I agree with Yo-Yo. The backstage be lit back there. Chris was wrong, but you understand. Yeah, I agree. Chris was dead wrong, but I'm assuming there's no but. There's no but. Let me first back up. He was dead wrong for the way he spoke to Jessica. Like, hard stop, dead wrong. Was he upset about something? Clearly he was upset about something. All right, Shayna said Janelle was asking them to confront what she said in the ladies' lounge. Oh. Huh. I wouldn't have asked then if I was Jessica, knowing they don't get along with her. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's why she wanted Lee and Kat to respond, because she was asking what they said in the ladies' lounge. Yeah. Yeah, that should have been for nephew Tommy to answer. Yeah. And then we did see Kat and Jessica kind of have a conversation about it. And Jessica was like, I didn't feel like what you said deserved that kind of energy. That wasn't energy I was giving you, so why are you giving it to me? Kat was like, oh, I did feel like it deserved that energy. And they agreed to disagree. And I like the way they actually really like the way they had that conversation, because they didn't get loud at each other. They just kind of were like, questioning each other's response, and then they moved forward. I don't think that Jessica wants to be lumped with Janelle, and I'm hearing that Jessica and Janelle aren't Somebody said that Janelle don't really fool with Jessica like that anymore, but I don't really know all the tea on all that. I gotta, get back into these YouTube streets and see what's going on. Shayna said Tommy let Chris do all the talking and barely let Jessica speak. Yeah, I didn't like that part either, Shayna. Like Jessica kept getting cut off. I didn't like that. And then Snappy Tommy just don't know how to like get on to people. I don't know what he be doing. He really don't know how to like get the girls together at all. Let me keep going through these comments. All right. Yo said exactly. Aries wants the soft girl life. Exactly. She's ready to sit down. She's tired. I don't blame her. But here she makes pretty good money herself. But yeah, she definitely needs someone to match that. Let's see. Shanna said she heard that too. I went to Janelle's IG and they're not following each other. Oh, you're talking about Jessica and Janelle. Interesting. And speaking of people's IGs, I was trying to hurry up and watch Quentin's, but I didn't want to be late because y'all know I be late to the lives. So I was trying to hurry up and watch Quentin's live real quick before I got on here, but I would have been like 2 minutes late. So you could have had a 10-minute grace period, Shayna, if I would have finished the rest of his live. I saw parts of it though. I saw in the beginning he said that Lee was offended by the TikToks he made, and he said they were just jokes. Clearly they weren't just jokes, first of all. And I don't like the way he's trying to downplay his thing with Lee, like I said. And then he did explain that him and Janelle had broke up. Like, duh, we already knew that. Duh. Anywho. Okay, what part of the reunion are we on now? We got to talk about Kira. So, yeah, the next segment I think was the Kira segment. And so, Nephew Tommy's like, okay, how did you go from being a bubbly cheerleader to now people are not sure about your race relations and all that? Kira says she felt like Marie questioning her blackness and all that was an attack on her character. But then she says she could kind of see like maybe that's how Quentin felt when she questioned him dating white women. But in Kira's mind, it's still not quite the same thing, and I don't understand. But Kira clearly has an identity issue, okay? And she probably has dealt with this her whole life, I'm imagining, and that's why she was emotional about it. And I think she just needs to find out like where she fits in, Marie said it wasn't like him trying to question her blackness or anything. He's saying that like he's a part of a small sector of Dallas people, I guess, in his community where he's on a whole different black consciousness vibe. So maybe he blackity black, like blacker than all of us. I don't know. I don't know. But he said more than just going to the Beyonce concert. I didn't feel like that was a good comparison. Like you could have said somebody else because everybody go to see Beyonce, Marie. That's not that wasn't a good comparison, but I get what he meant. He was saying like he didn't want to take her in spaces where she would feel uncomfortable. I think what he kind of was saying, I don't think any of the women there would have felt comfortable. I mean, or we're on his level of black consciousness. Maybe the closest was Jessica, maybe. I don't know. Kira said, Marie was saying one thing before, now saying something else, but she's like, but you could continue. I thought, Kira, you were looking for a moment and an apology that you really didn't need. But he did. Marie did come to her backstage and apologize backstage. And she's like, how would you feel if your daughter, someone talked to your daughter like that? And he was like, in no way was I trying to make you feel any type of way. I apologize. He said, and also, like, I'm not the gatekeeper of blackness. So I like the way Marie went back there and apologized to her in the end. That part made me like, oh, Marie is a very stand-up guy. We clowned his outfits all season long. Them stripes. He came to the reunion correct. He looked very nice at the reunion. And he has no problem, like, apologizing and being the bigger person, and so I liked that. Quentin, the whole thing Kira said about Quentin, dating white women, and so Kira feels like the narrative of her not being black enough or whatever was pushed on her once she made the comments about Quentin, and then Janelle got into her rah about it. Quentin was like, I don't understand, like, why you said that about me. Like, you're judging me the same way you don't want to be boxed in by Maria, but you're boxing me in with the white women. She said, every time he's like, where'd you get that from? She said it was just a vibe. But Tequila is the one that said it as well, I thought. I don't know. Anyway. She's like, well, I just get that vibe. And she's like, because he's from Florida. And I was like, girl, what does Florida have to do with it? And then she's like, well, maybe I should have said Latina women or something. I don't know. And I was like, girl, I need you, if you're going to make claims like he looks like he dates white women, I need you to have supporting evidence to back this up. Like, don't just go around saying stuff and you don't know what you're talking about. Like, don't do that. So she feels like that's a preference with Quentin versus her thing with Maria was attacking her character. Okay, girl, whatever. She felt like, everyone makes judgments and prejudgments, especially on this show, but when she does it, then it's an issue. And so backstage, Shaquille was like, yep. She was supporting her girl. Yeah, I don't know. Kira just needs to like figure out where she fits in the black space and just be who you are, and whoever, like you, don't like you, but don't put others down or don't put down certain things in black culture and then expect us not to get offended, or don't say somebody only dates white women and then expect them not to get offended. Like, it works both ways, girl. Let me check out this chat because I feel like I've been talking. Let's see. Yo said, what happened to what it is said? Oh, what happened and said let me start over. What happened to what is said in the lounge stays in the lounge? Yeah, what happened to that? Maria was being messy. Okay. Maria was being messy, relaying the information to Jessica. Yeah, I agree, because how did that's a good point, Yo. And I think I had mentioned that some weeks ago. Like, how did Jessica know that he was saying combative and that narrative was even being pushed? And now that you said that, I'm looking for my reading glasses. Now that you said that, I don't think I brought them over here. Yeah. All right. Now that you said that, I'm thinking that's why that live that Crystal XL did when she was interviewing Chris and Mario and Chris was getting into it real tough. That was funny live. I think that's why Chris was mad and wanting him to say it, because he probably knew Marie's the one that told her, and that's probably what happened. Let me get closer so I can read the chat clearly. I don't have my reading glasses over here, y'all, so I can't see well. Anyway, Marie said combative, knowing it would blow up. Okay, yeah. I feel like I didn't fully blame Marie in the moment because he is saying what the men said. However, he could have used a different word. Like, you didn't feel that way, then use a different word. I think maybe he did that like as an underhand way to make sure he secured space with Jessica. But in the day, Jessica don't like Marie either, so it really didn't matter. Oh, yo, cracking up. Chat. Oh, thank you, yo, because I did get behind in the chat. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, you think they left out parts of the date with Jessica and Chris? I think so too. I wish they would have brought it up though. Unless they didn't want to talk about, like, that kind of subject of DV or whatever you want to call it on the show. That could have been it. I don't know. Sorry, y'all, I did get behind in the chat. Anyway, we talked about Kira. I guess Kira was trying to get at Chris, and Unique might be talking to Chris. I don't know what's going on with that. Then we also got to talk about Lee Janelle and Quentin and that love triangle, because that was a whole segment. Lee felt like she couldn't really talk to Quentin in the house. That every time she would try to like say something like, "Oh, he brought me this chicken that he made me," then Janelle would say something, and so Nephew Tommy was asking like, Quentin, was it hard to juggle both the ladies? And he said yes, it was really hard to juggle both of them. And he said in the house he was already pretty much with Janelle. And so Lee was like, let me be clear, like there was no way he could even chose me because I wasn't any longer available for him to choose me. I said, I know that's right, Lee. I love the way she put that. Quentin had a look on his face, like he was like frustrated or irritated with her. Yeah, I don't understand Quentin. I just don't. I don't understand Quentin at all. I don't get what he sees in Janelle. I think it's a conquest for him when it comes to Janelle. I think he genuinely likes her. He likes her rah 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 energy. He likes because the way he was standing 10 toes down on anything she did or said and was defending her, the way that she was kind of low key puppet mastering him, like I was like, yeah, I'm with Kat. Like, blink twice. They were backstage, like, oh, he spoke. They were like, blink twice. Lee's thing, like I said, back to the house. Lee's thing was like, every time I would do something, you would say, oh, he brought the pasta for me, and like every time me and Quentin would try to connect or do anything, you would always have something to say. And she was like, not just with me, but with the other girls as well. Janelle's like, I don't like this narrative that they're trying to put out there about me. Like, Quentin was free to do whatever he wanted to do in the house. She was like, babe, did you feel like you couldn't speak in the house? Were you scared to do anything or speak in the house? He's like, no, Mom, I was not scared to speak or do anything in the house. I was like, girl, what matter you didn't put up his back? Because he is scared to answer. He was really terrified for his life. Shayna said, I think he likes her as a friend. Are you talking about Quentin and Janelle, Shayna? So yeah, so Lee was like, it's fine. Like, I don't have any hard feelings. She said, I don't like this narrative they're trying to put out there about me. Like, I don't understand. Like, I was not, controlling him. Like, he clearly, he chose someone else and that's it. And so Lee was like, girl, like basically like, girl, wasn't no competition anyway. Like, it's fine. Like, I have no hard feelings against him. She said she's getting back into her business thing. She really stressed herself a lot in the show. And now she knows what she's really looking for. She knew like she didn't want someone confused about their decision. So, you know what? Good luck to Lee. Lee ain't gonna have no problem finding a man. Okay, she ain't gonna have no problem. All right. Let's see. Yo said Mario is fake. Wow. I think he definitely told what was said though. I can see what you're saying there. Yeah, Mario was in all the mess. Quentin was in all the mess. They was doing it. They was sticking with their pack with Janelle and Jessica. That's what Mario and Quentin was doing. Oh yeah, you think Quentin only likes Janelle as a friend? Yeah, I agree. And that whole thing of we're broken up now, like, duh. We didn't see it for y'all. Speaking of Quentin and Janelle, let's finish. I think they were like one of the last packages, right? So they showed their little love journey. Nephew Tommy said, how did it start out and how did it work out between you guys? And so they said, Janelle said it was just so easy. Like, they didn't have any issues really. She said they didn't have any issues with each other as they did with their other connections. So Janelle says she didn't have to spend a lot of time in correction mode with Quentin, like she had to do her other connections. I think she's talking about Herbert. Now, if Herbert would have been fully stepped up, she would have been sitting on that sofa with Herbert. She definitely liked Herbert more than Quentin. She wanted Herbert more than Quentin because Herbert was closer to her age. I think he has a little bit more of a grown man vibe than Quentin, in my opinion. She definitely wanted Herbert. Okay, I don't think she likes Quentin on that level because certain things she did and said, the way she's like, I don't have no kids for him. Like, nah. So anywho, she just wanted to win. Both of them just wanted to win to the end. She did say like the point she realized she really liked him is when the men were up for elimination and Herbert was up for elimination. And she thought Quentin was up for elimination, and she was like, "Oh my God, I hope he doesn't go home." And that's when she really liked Quentin. Nephew Tommy asked the golden question of, what's going on with y'all now? Everybody wants to know. So they said they're still dating romantically. However, they reached some bumps in the road, like trying to mesh their lives together, schedules together. We're not surprised. But y'all see how they was hugged up on themselves and holding hands. They said we gonna thug it out till and now part 2 of the reunion ends and Quentin puts out a statement that they broke up. Wow, we're so surprised, right? Anywho, let me get into this chat, y'all, so we can wrap this up. Let's see. Q was just trying to get to the end. Yep. Had no intentions of staying with Janelle. I agree. Shayna said, at all. Nope. They were all just trying to get to the end. Look at Jessica Maurier sitting all far away at the end. Well, really, no one planned on being together. Exactly. No one planned on being together. They were just trying to make it to the end. Really, they were just trying to make it to the end. Let me see. Yo says, I agree. The whole show was a joke. This season was like the worst. Like it really, Dallas played in our face. I hope when Dallas comes back with their second, because they always do 2 seasons per city. When Dallas comes back again, like please be better, Dallas. Please be better. Are y'all gonna watch that new show, Ready to Move? I'm gonna watch it. The thing I don't like about it, I shouldn't say I don't like because I haven't seen nothing yet, right? It comes on this Friday. It's reminding me too much of that Queen's Court show with Tamar Braxton and Evelyn and Nivea and Holly Robertson, Pete and her husband. It's reminding me too much of that show, like the same kind of format where they're all staying in the house together and you vote, you pick the guys you want to stay and get rid of the guys you don't like. It's that same format. I think there was another show like that, maybe that one that came on TV1 with Kirk Franklin, but except for it's a guy and a girl. But maybe this show will be different. They have that girl, what is her name? Tamika or Tiana, whatever her name is, from Southern Charm, New Orleans. That show used to be good too. I used to watch that a little bit. So hopefully this will be good. I remember I was reviewing Queen's Court. That was back in March, I think. And I didn't even finish it. I did at least half the season. Y'all, I didn't even finish watching it because it kind of got boring and like the show kind of got spoiled. Like we already knew Tamar ended up with JR. Now they broken up. I guess Nivea didn't end up with nobody. I don't know, but I lost interest. And then they said Evelyn got engaged to somebody. I don't know if she's still with them or not. I'm assuming not. So I don't know, but I'm gonna watch this new one because these are Ready to Love people, and it's gonna be interesting to see how Zadia and Charisse and Zadia are gonna be the hot messes and see how they interact with Vernice and Ashley. Every time I think of Vernice, I'll be like Joelle. That Houston season. That was one of the best seasons. That Houston season right there. That was a fool. Let me see. Shayna says that you hope they don't give Dallas a second season. I know. I wonder they probably already filmed it though. What city y'all want them to go next? Not counting this little Ready to Move show. Yeah, I don't like that the ladies have to move for the men. That's another thing, Shayna. It feels like we're just making TV because ain't nobody moving to New Orleans, okay, for a man you met on TV unless you really, 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 really fall for him. And then the type of people they put on the show, like, come on, Zadia, she was, cutting up real bad in DC. Charisse was cutting up bad in Miami. We know Vernice, got done wrong by Joelle. Excuse me. See, I burped my camera. Ashley was done wrong by, I forgot the guy's name. So, it is what it is, but we're gonna watch it. We're gonna see. You know, I will review it. I will definitely review it. I'm going to try to give it a chance. They could come to Philly. That East Coast. Now, I'm going to have to agree with you there. Let's go to the East Coast. I mean, we did DC, but let's get, some New York and Philly. I think that would be good. I think California would be good. We could just fully get out the South. Philly would be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that. But yeah, back to the reunion. No, that's pretty much it. They ended with Janelle and Quentin's package, I believe, and they hit some bumps in the road. Now they ain't together no more. Nephew Tommy Bry, everyone, he showed the preview for the show, Ready to Move. And then he had everybody back on stage, checking in with everybody. Asked Chris, is he going to continue this thing with Unique? I guess they have a friendship now that they're building and they communicate and all that. Okay, we wished him the best. The red ass was Janelle and Quentin's relationship solid, and then Quentin told him to fall back or something like that. And so then Nephew Tommy said something about Jessica and Morier. We want to see, y'all moving forward. But they were sitting so far apart, they looked at each other like, we are not moving forward. I was like, y'all playing this season. And so Red said he'll DJ the wedding. And so then Habibi said he'll play sax. Nephew Tommy was like, Habibi, don't say nothing. Just play your sax. If you want to speak, just play your sax. I was like, first of all, ain't nobody on this cast getting married to nobody that was there. They are not getting married to, no one on that cast is getting married to each other. Yo-Yo said, I was so glad that Lee left Q is not it. Yeah, Lee, you can do better than Q, girl. Nah. And I'm glad she was like, no more playing in my face. Yes, Q came off so weak. I was like, dude, this lady clearly is controlling you, and the ladies are saying it backstage. Like, come on. Like, why are you just as messy? He is just based on his TikToks, his social media, the way he's downplaying the whole thing with Lee, the way he kept caping for Janelle every time she was dead wrong in situations, trying to defend her where she didn't need defending. I was like, you're just as messy as her. You're just as messy as her, because you can't see that this lady is dead wrong. You have to see that she is dead wrong. But maybe he liked that type of energy. I don't know, y'all. Yo laughing. Let's see, is that Shayna? Shayna said, if they don't come to Philly, I'll go to the mixer. Hell, if they do come to Philly, I mean, you'll go to the mixer, right? Girl, Shayna, if they come to your city, girl, you better audition. I said, if they ever came, near me, they wouldn't come. Okay, y'all, I'm in Stockton, California. Okay, so I'm in like the Central Valley. It's like the 13th largest city in Cali, but it's not like the main cities, but people know it. So the closest they would come to me for Cali, as far as a big like metro city, would be either the Bay Area, like San Francisco, Oakland. They should totally do Oakland or San Francisco or Sacramento. So if they came to one of those cities, I definitely would audition. Oh, I definitely would. But yeah, Shayna, you better be on there, girl. You better be at the mixer. Yeah, that was pretty much it. This season of Ready to Love Dallas kind of was a waste of time. It really was. Oh, we've been on here an hour. It was like longer. It really was a waste of time, but it is what it is. Hopefully they'll do better. I hope they don't just do Ready to Love, this Ready to Move show, and don't do any more regular Ready to Loves, because I do want them to still do the regular show. I don't think this Ready to Move thing is like the thing, no, because nobody's moving for somebody. Like, no. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought about Dallas in the comments and the replay in the chat, all that good stuff. Thank y'all for joining the live. Like I said, the reunions, both part of the reunions were decent. Part two, it started out good and it just kind of fell flat for me. But yeah, the whole season was horrible. They just had crazy characters. Like, okay, one thing that they were missing from this season, and I've said it before, compatibility. No one liked each other on this show. No one in Dallas liked each other. At least the other seasons, like, people liked each other, to an extent. But this one, nobody liked each other. Everybody had bad attitudes. It was just wrong. It was just wrong. Yeah. Let me go to this last comment before I get off of here. Shanna says she hopes they don't cancel RTO. They can change some things, but I like the concept. Yeah, I agree, Shanna. Like, they don't need to cancel the show. I disagree with that. Nephew Tommy could stay host, just not for the reunion. They need to also bring on like a relationship expert or some kind of, love therapist or somebody like that to kind of help them navigate the process. I think they also need to slow the process down a little bit. I also think people shouldn't be going home the first day. I don't think that's really a fair shot for people because sometimes you don't make a good first impression, even though that's your like one time to shine, but sometimes you need a second time around to shine. So I definitely think, maybe they shouldn't eliminate until like every 2 or 3 weeks, something like that, and then eliminate a man and a woman in that week. I know, Shayna, you said, I think on the panel, you were saying that you think they should have everyone stay to the end and then choose. I think that's a good idea as well. Yeah. Let's see. Shayna says, tell us what's next. Oh, thank you for reminding me, girl, because I definitely was about to forget and get off of here. Like and subscribe, everyone. Thank you. Yes, like and subscribe. And then Yo said, yes, also people looking for love and do some psych evaluations because Habibi and Tequila, y'all let them slip through the cracks. Y'all did not do any kind of psych evaluations on them two, or y'all knew they would be good for TV because I agree, Yo. Nobody on there was looking for love. Everybody's trying to promote their businesses or whatever they got going on now, and that's the thing. Yeah, no more aspiring actors like Chris 2.0. All right, so like y'all said, y'all want to know what's up next. Thank you, Shayna. Definitely gonna do Love and Marriage Huntsville. If I don't post that tonight, I'll do it tomorrow, and then I gotta catch up on Love is Blind. And then Friday, we have the new show, Ready to Move. I should be able to do that Friday night for sure. I will be late with Love and Marriage Huntsville again, though, as my friend's getting married next Saturday. So, and then what else is coming up? Oh, Married at First Sight is coming up as well. So I'm going to do my best to review that. I haven't fully decided what Married to Medicine or Real Housewives of Potomac. I might just want to watch those and enjoy other people's reviews. But we'll see on those. But for sure, Love and Marriage Huntsville is coming up for sure. We'll catch up on Love is Blind. And for sure, I would do Married at First Sight, which I believe comes out, I want to say the 18th or whatever that Wednesday is. I know it's after I go back to work. Yeah, the 18th. Yeah, I'm still on my fall break, y'all. Y'all know I'm a teacher, so there's that. Oh, thank you, girl. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna be that whole day about to be stressful because I gotta go to LA and plus I have an event that morning. So I'm about to be doing the most. That's why I said that Ready to Move. I'm gonna try to still do it Friday night and hopefully I'll be packed. I'm literally not gonna even be down there for 24 hours, so I should be okay though. It's just gonna be a lot happening. Oh, yeah, can wrap up. Yeah. Oh, Love is Blind. Yeah, wrap up for sure on that one. I'm hearing they got lawsuits and stuff. Somebody is suing them for harassment or something. They said it was one of the Asian girls on the show or something like that. I don't know. I gotta get on YouTube and see what's going on because I don't even know everything that's happening. But I'm seeing stuff is going on. I'm sure you're gonna talk about it, Shayna. That's crazy though. But yeah, I gotta catch up with Love Is Blind. Did they do the reunion or just the? I'm sure they posted the reunion too. I'm gonna try to watch that tonight and tomorrow for sure. Yeah, that's pretty much it though, y'all. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Okay, where you like to share your videos, tag me. Also follow me on Twitter at Brandy Yvonne. I really like to live tweet with the shows. I hate I didn't get to with this second part of the reunion, but that's okay. Let's see. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, BrandyD24. I think that's my Instagram. I don't know. I always forget it. And then please subscribe to the channel, y'all. This is a growing channel, so I really, really, really would appreciate y'all clicking that subscribe button for me. Okay. Anyway, let me make sure I didn't miss any last minute chats. Okay, no, that's just Love Is Blind. Yeah, I gotta catch up with them. Anywho, I will talk to y'all again soon. Bye.